Hey, okay, so I was sitting here listening to Counting Stars, and I started thinking about how it would be kind of cool if we didn't have money, if we didn't have to worry about money. Um, like, let God provide. Like, we do things that God wants us to do, and He provides us with the things that we need. Um, like my daughter, we imprint on money. Like $2 bills were used during the war for gambling and prostitution. Um, money hungry spirits of greed, spirits of gambling addiction, spirits of prostitution. Like cling to those $2 bills. So they're like awesome to have. But there's a lot of history with $2 bills and the hands that they've gone through. Soldiers who are, trained to kill. Spirits of murder, spirits of suicide. Like, this shit is out of control. My daughter, with her play money, one day I was kind of thinking this in my head, and as I'm thinking about this stuff, my daughter takes her play money and she starts fanning it out. And then I think of the song Money by Pink Floyd. Another brick in the wall. On the turning away. Learning to fly. I mean, this stuff just doesn't stop. It just goes on and on and on. This is a song that doesn't end. It just goes on. Lamb Chop. And then I was thinking today's special, which wasn't Lamb Chop, but I always liked that show growing up. Mannequin. We built this city on rock and roll. Probably the city of Babylon. Everybody wants to watch a fall unfold. Lilith. She might have been a seducing spirit. God kind of messed up with that. Because like, I almost don't see her. She didn't go after babies. Her intent was never to harm children. That was someone else. Kid Rock. I love you and all, but you're not the bull god. I mean, come on. Jesus, friend of sinners. I said the other day that I wanted, or a while back ago, that I wanted to go to the White House with Kid Rock. Anyways, so Counting Stars and the money. So then I started thinking about walking. I love to walk, especially at night. Winds of change. Whispers in the wind. I mean, people get busy every single day and they don't pay attention to the things around them. And I was one of those people for a long time. And I lost my job because I was sick. And I have spent the last year and a half basically learning to relive again. I'm thankful that I'm physically better, mentally not so much, but my mental problems are not mine. Some of them are. Um, but it's the world's problems. And like I have all these puzzles, but I'm still missing pieces. Um, rebuilding the new world. Like Mars is a great idea. I think it'd be cool to go to Mars, but why should we leave our Earth? Our Earth is beautiful. Like there's so many places that I would love to see. So, when I Come Around by Green Day, as I'm thinking about walking, I started thinking about Forrest Gump. And teleporting. Like, I don't know if we can actually physically teleport yet, but I know we can spiritually. Astral travel. So as I'm thinking about this stuff, like I'm thinking about walking, and I'm like, I like cars. I mean, I love to get in the car and cruise around. I always wanted like an 85 or an 86 Monte Carlo. I mean, I could cruise around out in the country all day and get lost with my thoughts. The road to nowhere. The road to nowhere has led me to, we have a lot of problems and we need to fix them. I still say Jesus isn't going to come back like down out of the sky and poof like the 7 seals, 7 wonders, the 7 chakras, the 7 dwarfs. I know Dobby's an elf, but I think he might be an alien. I always liked Dobby though. I swear, I've stood out here with Alan Rickman, him across the field. Maybe it was Jesus, I don't know. I'd literally see him like shoot stuff across the field at me. And then it would turn into pictures. And he had cancer. I still believe cancer is about demonic forces, and I believe it's about reincarnation. Something about walking and Forrest Gump. And like I could totally walk for hours. I don't think I could walk for 24 hours or but I could walk several hours. And I'm like, how awesome would it be, to walk? So I didn't want to walk anymore. whether it's 4 hours, and then poof, end up wherever I wanted to go. And it saves on traveling time. Fuel, pollution. Cuts a lot of jobs out, but it makes way for new things. Evolving into a new world. Pain, make me a believer. My head hurts. Walk the walk. So I started thinking about Rick Duncan. And I'm like, wow, maybe I should try to walk with him. And then I had a moment of thinking, I'm walking with him, and we end up somewhere else. But yeah, he's still walking. That's astral travel. And I believe that we can do that, but like, does this happen to you, Rick? I mean, do you like really completely check out of your body and like go to the hotel and your body just keeps walking? Like, I'm not trying to bust you out or anything, or is that like a wish? Like being able to teleport, like you like to walk in, poof, you can end up where you want to go. Like, is this your wishes? I don't know. That looks like a lizard. The Lizard King. Riders on the Storm. Does anybody ever notice how, like, male animals, like male peacocks and male lizards, and I think, like, the peacock spider, the males have to get all fancy and, like, do all this crazy stuff to attract the female? I see Brent Smith shaking his tail feathers. Actually, the peacock spider, like, I see Brent is the peacock spider. There was a dude, and I don't remember his name, and this was a long time ago. I don't even think I had my son yet. So this was maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, and he worked evening shift at the radio station. And I don't even remember the whole thing he said, but he was talking, somebody was an asshole to him and had said something about his looks or something. And he made the comment, well, that's why I'm a radio personality, because, it's not about your looks, because people don't see you because you're on the radio. Like, I don't know his name, but I literally sat there and cried. And I wanted to go to the radio station and I wanted to hug him. I probably should have, but I mean, maybe he wanted a hug in that moment. And maybe because I felt so strongly about wanting to go give him a hug, maybe I flew over there. I astral traveled over there to him and hugged him. What a shame. I was stuck on that song for a long time. I would take a shower and I would stand there and cry. And you have 3 sets of wings, and they're all broken. Another angel swoops in to help out. God's love. It's an amazing feeling, but I've got to stop doubting myself. I'm a reborn creature, and no one told me what happens when you become a reborn creature. — 2020 is going to be a good year. I'm sitting here listening to the voices. And I refuse to take medication. Autistic kids. Isaiah 6. I don't understand why this is happening, and I'm on the path to wanting to find out. But Isaiah 6, who shall I send? Send me, O Lord. And it says something about mute. I know there's different levels of autism. But I see kids, especially, experiencing the spiritual realm, not understanding it, and being silenced for whatever reason. So, like me, I've been going nuts. I visually see stuff. I audibly hear stuff. And this is more or less basically from a near-death experience. But our kids are suffering in silence. And that little boy at the park. I wanted to talk to his dad, but I felt like I didn't know what to say to him. Because I don't completely understand this. That little kid was amazing. I'm pretty sure that he was diagnosed as being autistic. And that was just from what I experienced in the few moments of being with him. And as he left, I cried. Like, I was disappointed that I didn't talk to his dad. I even heard him calling out to me before we went to the park. And I say that because we went to one park and I was disappointed that we went to that park. And I'm like, can we go to the other park? It was in Greenville. And even my daughter was like, yeah, can we go to the other park? But I literally felt like somebody was telling me to go to another park. Or to go to the other park. And then I met that little kid. My head hurts. Okay, there was something else I was going to say, but I lost it. I don't know. Here's to a good year, everybody. Happy New Year.